Shut up.
Yeah.
Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl IJF. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning back, welcome back. Before I get started, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also follow me on my other social media platforms if you care. So today's topic is about taking advice from fools, because I mean, for starters, we all have been there. We all have been fooled before, or a fool. It's a part of humanity. But I do want to talk about these fools who are men in particular, because nothing is just adding up. And I don't know if we're all just gullible, or we are all just so hell-bent on hope so much that we keep letting this type of behavior just come on through. So let's start off with Kevin Samuels. He's the supposed image consultant. His suits look cheap, but that's neither here or there. So when I read this on his website and on his LinkedIn, what I got from it is he basically building people up, you know, a motivational personal speaker who lets you know how you can get ahead, obviously through, you know, respectability politics. And he does this with men and women. And now he's been crossed over into the dating pool where he feels like he should give harsh or, you know, tough love advice to women. And all the women that has been on his channel are, I think, women of color. I'm not too sure. I don't know much about him. But yet he's the same man who has mugshots in Oklahoma. He also has, I think, 2 ex-wives. They said that he has debt when it comes to child support. I mean, it's just a whole lot of mess. Nonetheless, people still flock to this man, and they flocked to this man because of this video that went viral a few months ago, I believe.
I honestly want a six-figure guy, is what I'm realizing.
And ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen, you ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
Why is it so?
Go ahead.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one.
Okay, let's move on to the second guy, Steve Harvey. I actually should have started off with him. Steve Harvey is the grandpapa to all of these men. You know, Steve Harvey is a comedian, actor, radio host who has had 2 failed marriages. But yeah, I've heard he's not the greatest father to the older kids. And he also has books that gives advice to women, you know, tailored for women to get the perfect man. But did I mention he doesn't have the greatest track record when it comes to women? But let's move on. And now let's come down to the son. So we have Grandpapa Steve, father Kevin Samuels, and now we have the son, Derek Jackson. From my research, Derek Jackson is a self-proclaimed love guru who basically did a lot of videos in his car because he probably was cheating on his wife back and forth, and he didn't have time to sit in a steady place to do so. So now that I've listed out these men, or these fools, I want to talk about the issues I have with them. It's not like what they're saying is completely out of pocket or wrong. No. I just don't understand how they can give advice without a proven track record of what they're saying. You know what I mean? So it's like saying, hey, if you plant this type of crop, you should see progress within 3 to 6 months. But yet, let's just say their crop is yams, and my yams are growing to the 3 to 6 month time period that I've said. That's a proven record. These men don't have a perfect background where they can talk that type of perfection into women. You know what I mean? And that's okay because we're all human. That's fine. Secondly, these men are given advice that they don't even follow themselves, especially when it comes to how a woman should look or how a man should look and act. None of these men have perpetuated that themselves. Go back to the analogy that I said before. I'm out here telling you should water your crops every day, make sure the sun is hitting it some way, somehow. But yet I come every 2 months to give my crop some water, and I could care less. My crop is in an inside closet. Who cares, sun or no sun? We out here. So I don't understand why you guys are stepping into women's realms and trying to tell them how to act. Now, somebody say, well, you're doing the same thing. No, what I'm trying to say is, and I only am talking about men because those are the ones that I see that give this type of advice, and then their card is pulled. You know what I mean? Again, with Kevin Samuels, I didn't put his information up because I don't want to kind of be degrading. If you guys want to look that up yourself, do it. I obviously mentioned it for a reason because, again, you're acting like you're perfect when you're not. And then with Steve Harvey, he writes books about how to act like a woman but think like a man. I mean, did you give this advice to your kids? All of them? Just asking. For the 2 ex-wives. And then we have Derek Jackson, who has just been flaunting this cheating scandal around. And then he has this wife who I don't know if she's a little delayed, but it could be the church. That's what religion does to you. And then lastly, these men are mentioning how a woman should look and act, but yet you are still in bed with women that you claim you wouldn't be in bed with. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you claim that a woman should look like this and act like this if she wants the type of high caliber man or a man like you, supposedly, but yet most of these men will sleep with anything. Let's just keep it a buck. They say one thing and do the next. So they out here saying they're not trying to sleep with these type of girls, but be caught with these type of girls. So it's just like, do you want the good girl or the freaky girl? Or you want both? You want both, which is fine. So to wrap all that up, what I want to say is, I want women to just be themselves. If that means being sexually free, then do that. If that means being boring and moderate, then do that. If that means trying to see where you fit in the scale, do that. Do what makes you happy. I feel like it's just not a man's place to tell a woman how to act and be, because you don't know what we go through and what we've been through. Just like it's not our place to tell you how to act, because besides the whole gender construct, right? You have to think about individuals. All men ain't the same. All people who look like me ain't the same. We know how that goes. I hope we should know how that goes. But when people try to generalize and be broad, that's when there's some confusion. And I think these men have made these broad conclusions about women or their statements towards women. And then as time goes on and progress, the foundation starts to get flimsy and weak. And that's what I see here. So my point being is, women, be you, do you, trust. They're still going to be on their way to you, no matter what. Anyway, fam, my battery is red. As always, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And see y'all in my next video. Oh, and don't forget to comment. What do you guys think? I'm starting to sound really manly and ugly, so I'm going to go. Bye. Mwah.